Hey folks, it's Dr. Rowe. Hope you're well. Excuse the bearded, unshaven look, although I keep being told that she's quite good. Um, so it's just been a long couple of days. I wanted to get this short video out, and it's really off the back of some conversation. It's kind of a chat, really, this more than me giving you any specific guidance. But I want to reflect. If you're a parent with children at university right now, or considering university, or you've got a friend, or you've got somebody who's a graduate, or you're a graduate, or an undergraduate. I mean, either way, actually, undergraduates, I'm really interested to find out more about their views on this. But here's the big question. What are your thoughts about the cost currently of a degree? So I spoke to somebody again today, and he's really frustrated. He was telling me, during lockdown, I was paying basically full fees. And the total cost of his degree is somewhere in the region of around about £50,000 over the period of the degree, which is a lot of money. And I said to him, and he said, look, there's a big chunk of that is a loan. I said, how long to pay that back? He said, well, I don't know, 10 years or so. I said, well, statistics from the government that I read about 2-3 years ago was we're talking about 15 plus years, and the average graduates ended up paying about 100k back in total. With the average degree coming up at close to 60 plus thousand. He said, well, he thinks he's about 57,000, £58,000 and all his fees and everything thrown in. So that begs the question, is it really worth it? And I'm only asking that question because I just think the face of the world in terms of careers. I said, what are you doing? He goes, I want to get a business degree. I said, what are you going to do with that business degree? He goes, well, I want to go and get a job. How are you going to get a job? What sort of job are you going to get? I'm not really sure. I just want to make money. So, and this is 2 conversations, 7 I've had in the last week. I want to make money. I said, okay, well, there are many ways to do this. You don't necessarily have to have a degree. And the challenge that you've got getting a degree at the moment, this is my personal view, and I've got a PhD and a degree, of course, or the other way around, degree and a PhD, is that the career ladder is so different now, and it's not consistent, and it's not for life. And so I think people get this degree thinking that is it, it's my ticket. But there's so many people now going to be looking for jobs. COVID's turned the world upside down as well. And I just think that young people are chasing the degree to get letters after their name in the hope that it would stand them apart from other people. But actually, if you look at the world, if you're looking for success in the measurement of earning an amount of money that really gives you a great lifestyle, getting some time back, being able to do what you love and pursuing a purpose and a passion, then I don't think it's in a career pursued off the back of a degree. Now, that's not to say a degree isn't a good thing, because people might want to pursue it for the love of it. Well, that's different now, because that's not somebody pursuing a degree because they want to get a job. That's because they actually love it. Imagine being able to start a business, creating time freedom from that, whichever business you choose to do, and then going and studying because you love that subject and really enjoying that degree and getting involved. Isn't that amazing? That'd be fantastic. And people do that. So if you're watching this and you've got kids and you feel like some kind of pressured obligation to get them to go and actually get a degree, ask yourself the question, why? And is that putting an undue pressure on them because you feel that it's something you didn't achieve, so you want them to have it, or they'll be the first person in the family? These are all the things I've heard from people over the years. Oh, my son's going to be the first person in the family to get a degree, or my daughter's going to be the first person in the family to get a degree. Or is it because you believe that it will really sincerely catapult their lives? And what did you do? And if you got your degree, are you still in that profession? And the thing is, if you're my age, 55, there could be an argument to say you may well be. But I think people coming through now move like this, and there's so many more opportunities. There's so many opportunities for people to actually have a career or start a business which employs people that have got degrees. So I think the world is being more and more steered towards entrepreneurialism, creativity. When I say the world, I mean there's an aspiration for that, but there's still an illusion or a delusion that I need to conform to a system of education. And where I have an issue with it is we're testing kids at 4, 5, 6, and 7. We're putting them into a system that qualifies them based on their ability to remember things, because that's really all the exam system is. It's, can you remember this? And yes, there's some level of aptitude to be able to apply what you're learning, but not really, because if you think about a lot of the multiple choice questions, etc., or the learning, it's like you're revising and you have to get it right to fulfill the answer that the examiner wants you to say. So you're now actually having to write things that somebody else believes is the right way to articulate that subject, when in fact there's infinite ways to see the same subject. So we're having to conform to a system and pass exams and get results that allow us then to jump through hoops for other people, because it's about conformity. And so I find that a difficult situation right now for our youngsters, and the pressure that's being put upon people. It was there when I grew up, but I think it was different. And I think the career structure was different for people going out then, but the choices are so broad now, and the subtleties to the skills needed. Most of you know I did communication. That's vital, and yet kids are going into their jobs and don't have those skills, and they struggle. This guy was telling me today, the one that I was speaking to today, he was like, this loan's going to affect me, my mortgageability. I've been told I'm not able to get a mortgage until I was X number of years. And I said, well, the average first-time buyer, I think it's about 38 years of age in the United Kingdom right now. Imagine that for a minute. So I guess my message is, and it's not really a specific message, but really think carefully about why are you actually choosing that path. If you delayed it and matured a bit and pursued a few different opportunities and then found that they were what you wanted and you got passionate about it and you had a mentor or coach or someone to look up to that you could model, you may never need to go and do a degree. Equally, you might spend a couple of years and get really inspired by a specific career, a vocation that does require a degree, but now it's a degree that you might not have thought about before. So you fit that passion around the education, and then you go and work in that career. Whereas a lot of young people just don't know. And a lot of them, as I'm hearing at the moment, is like they're pursuing the ability to make money. And actually, if you want to make money, you should go and work for the mint, because the mint is, that's where the money gets made. So I do think it's the wrong way. I didn't, the two people I spoke to this last week, I just said, well, if your objective is to make money, you could go and sell sweets in a sweet shop. You could go and sweep the streets and make money. I think you have to think about what you're passionate about and then reverse engineer your career around that. And I find a lot of young people go, all right, what does that mean? Because the idea of passion and purpose, and then pursuing a real purposeful goal in their career, most people don't get taught that. Conform to the system, get your A's and B's, try and get a little bit more than the average person, so you're now above average, by whose standard, by the way. And then once you've done that, you then got to go and sit and then beg for your job in front of somebody who's interviewing you. And you've got to fit, look right, colour of your skin, look in your face, all those things, male, female. Let's not even talk about the gender pay gap, women and men. That's huge. The difference between women are really being knocked aside, especially the last year in COVID. It's like £400 or £500 a month difference as a result of COVID for women. It's just bullshit. So my argument is stop, press pause, fast forward 10, 15 years. Think about how you want your life to look. Really, what do you want? And then ask yourself the question, can I achieve that in that career? If you can't, then ask yourself, what could I do to achieve that? And then you work backwards from there. I'm going to sign out. It's a bit of a mini rant. Any comments? Put them below. Remember to follow me, subscribe, like us, and go to Seekardo.com and follow the podcast. www.seekardo.com/podcast.